And never take a deep breath. Dwayne Alvarado, 5'4", 135. The wide receiver lining up on the right side will be Apolinario Segusio. Segusio, once again, one of those kids that can go every minute, every play, be it offense or defense. Segusio at 5'3", 135. The left slot back, here's the change. They may be playing a little bit of power football. Look at the Washington Redskins on a Sunday. Check out Waimea on a Friday. Tyler Tanigawa, the junior, 6'1", 210. At a slot back. On the right side at slot back, Curtis Kapahu. Yes, Curtis Kapahu. 6'2", 195. Does that mean run?
Video, White Foley Town Center. Printing Services Corporation. 20 years of printing.
Number 71, Bruce Lane, senior. And the quarterback, number 8, Danny Morioka, senior, 5'1", 105.
handled Kapahu before. We will see how Curtis will deal with Palani tonight. Roland Ikihara, 5'10", 190, the other tackle. He is a good one. The tight end, and here is the size. Ronnie Asuncion at 6 feet, 165 on one side, and Kaina McCallum at 6'3", 185. Huge targets if Cavallo chooses. But
maybe more down linemen rather than the regular 5'2", which they came out in the last game.
Coming at you on your radio dial from your right to your left, Kaina McCallum at the 40 gets into it. It is low and end over end. There is a flag down. Mayer will call it all off. He's saying there is no play. We would anticipate an offsides on that one. He'll come back. The merchants at Kukui Grove Shopping Center are proud to present the lineman of the game plaque during all regular and postseason playoff games involving Kauai teams. Playoffs coming up in about 3 weeks. It has been a really fast season. Linemen deserve recognition, and Kukui Grove is proud to call attention to their efforts. They will adjudicate, since I'm with Edmund and Cope, I have to get my law terms down on a Friday, that in fact the Red Raiders were offside, so McCallum will put it up on the 45. Back in deep formation for Waimea to receive is the top gun and the slasher Dion Alon. Waimea pumps, banging down on the thigh pads and coming up to the rib pads, and McCallum getting into the football. Low and a funny kind kick. Fielded by Alvarado at about the 30, and he'll pour forward and get outside to almost the 40-yard line. So into the pile with the animal and beyond. So a fine beginning for Dwayne Alvarado. Double tight ends. Oh my. They're in a slot, but it is not an abbreviated run and shoot. It's a tight run and shoot. Irwin barking signals now. Slot backs come back off the line of scrimmage. That is Oloris and Alvarado. The single setback is Oloris, but quarterback sneaked by Irwin, and he goes potently into the middle, so he will read the linebackers and react.
You notice big
Edmund, and in fact, they are back up again. Now this is a run and shoot. So you've got double slot spread, but they are not spread wide, no more than 7 yards. Now they come back into the double tight end. Here is Irwin barking signals. It is 2nd and 3. Irwin again will give the ball this time to Oloris, and Oloris is met and literally driven back, so he will gain a couple and nothing to go. It will share with us it is 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Waimea hurriedly up over the ball. 3rd and 1.5. Irwin again, the same set of circumstances. Slot back and then the return to the double tight. This is Alvarado in short motion. Power into the 3rd hole, we know. Oloris tries to follow him and cannot. Kauai High is there with power. So they've been watching football on Sunday as they bring the slot back across, and he's the lead block.
Yeah, but it looks like Kauai High beating them off the ball right now. Waimea lineman is not getting off the ball real well. Kauai High is really moving tonight.
Edmund, absolutely right. So far, the Red Raiders have controlled the line of scrimmage. Major substitutions coming in for Waimea, and they don't look like they're ready for it. They are not. Irwin sends them back. 3 and now 4 Minahunis back to the sidelines. Scott Irwin barking signals now. Some confusion. He's going to take a time.
Looks like
and he will.
Looks like they were short one man in there.
Add excitement to your living yard line. And if the down marker is true on the far side of the field, looks like a football link, a couple of football links to me. But instead, no. Stuart Cavallo back at his own 20. Irwin in punt formation at his 35. Should get it away from about the 40. The line of scrimmage is the 50. Waimea did not make a first down. Snap is low. Irwin's kick. Had to hurry it. It is not a particularly great kick. Fair catch. Cavallo catches it cleanly with no juggle at about the 24-yard line. And the ball will change possession. So it didn't look as smoothly as I'm sure Pat would like it to look.
Yeah, like I said, Kauai High School is just beating them off the ball. I think in order to get some yardage, they're going to have to get off the ball a lot quicker.
They seem to, Edmund, as we look at this brand new offense with brand new people, to not be really sure. And as I look at Pat's face, that vein popping out already, he is not pleased. The magician, Sterling Cavallo, for the Red Raiders now, as he will give up on the inside. It is to Reframonte. He breaks 1, 2, and now 3 tackles. He has 7, 8, and now 9 yards as he creeps across the 30. He will spot it at about the 32.5-yard line. So Reframonte on a nice little dive play gets about 8 yards. 2nd and 2.
Big Waimea is playing them for the run. They're in a 6-1 defense, 1 linebacker. Once they break that line, that's it. That was Troy Reframonte, 8 yards on that play.
We know that Reframonte is an outstanding complement to the shake and bake moves of Shigimoto. We'll see what they do with 2nd and 2. Reframonte in motion, fumble. Waimea right there. Waimea is right on the football. Lenny Raposo Jr. right on top of them as well. But both Shimagawa and Mayer will say that the first major break will belong to Waimea. A lousy snap or a not perfect retrieve by the quarterback to guard to the right side. 7-man front. Irwin will not pitch. He will fake the pitch. And now he is buried in the backfield. Nance came first. He will elude Nance. but he did not elude the other members of the Red Raiders. One is Demetrio Tolentino. So they shifted that time, Edmund. Maybe you can share because
Alvarado, number 25, running a corner pattern. He was all by himself for a little while. Scott Irwin was looking for the shallow man. If you look deep, Alvarado was just running by himself.
he did have Alvarado perfectly, but I think it took a little bit of time to really come about, and at that time the Red Raiders had pursued excellence. Irwin again, this time at the 40. They will lose 7 on that play. 2nd and 17 as Scott Irwin barking signals. He'll send Apolinario Segucio in motion. Irwin rolling left. He may run. He'll pull it down. He's got the corner, 5 and now 10 yards. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and beyond. So though he will gain almost 9, he still has about another 8 to go. It will be 3rd and 8. So the first play really that they're not taking any time in the huddle, almost like the Bill Walsh game plan. They know what 25 plays are going to run coming in. Irwin barking signals. They'll send Alvarado across the formation. Irwin this time will try to run it to the right. No, he will pass. He's got Nance, and he eludes Nance. And he will elude one more person. But then the Raiders' pursuit that time will catch up with him. Desmond Munden with a fine play. Haku Rivera there as well. And support, though, mainly, it is Munden. Every time they seem to get it going to one side, and then they bring it back to the other side, and that's not really establishing what Pat wants to do.
On that play, Kuki Kapahu was running a corner pattern, but he was covered. Scott Irwin should just look for somebody underneath and just release that ball.
Irwin now will try, he will punt. We thought he'd try a 52-yard field goal. In fact, he will not. Irwin will get the ball away at about the 50-yard line. The snap is good this time. Coffin corner time for Irwin. He's aiming for it. A nice roll inside the 5, 4. Will they down it? They will. At the 1, maybe the 2 at best. But Irwin with the touch. He pooched that one. He's been watching football. The kid's got talent.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. Tyler Tanigawa.
The band is not playing right now, so the Cavallo can bark signals. If Waimea had the football right now, guaranteed the band would heat it up. Cavallo over at Viento. In motion, Reformante. The give is on the inside to Shigimoto. Shigimoto wiggles toward the inside for about 4, maybe 5 yards. They'll bring it out about 4. Call it 2nd and 6. The end zone, they will still huddle about 1 yard deep, but at least it is an 8 yard deep. 5:57 to play. It is scoreless. But Waimea did not capitalize when they did have the first break of the game. In fact, at the 31-yard line of the Red Raiders, they went backwards until Irwin, in fact, punted. That is not a good sign early for the Waimea faithful. Cavallo gives up on the inside this time, and he will go nowhere for Shigimoto as he is met on the inside of the Waimea line, principally. Can't get a handle on number 72, but we believe he was there to make the stop. Raiders as they come up on the line of scrimmage, 5 minutes and 8 seconds to play, so half of the period and more gone. Chung in motion. They'll give back to Reformante, and he won't get very much. So, in fact, what Arakaki and company are trying to do is to play it so conservatively that they will punt. They didn't try anything fancy. There wasn't off the guard of the tackle hole, and now they'll kick.
Nick, if you notice, Waimea is in a 6-1 defense. However, their backside guard or their weak side guard is moved over to the center spot, so they're really overloading the strong side of Kauai High School. And Kauai High School tried to run it there.
End zone, roots it out brilliantly. Will he get a good roll? He will. It'll roll away from Irwin. Irwin will let it roll outside of the 45-yard line. And there to pick it up on about the 46 is Swervin Mervin Chung. So an outstanding job deep back in his end zone for McCallum to really get it out that far. Waimea in Kauai High territory. Tanigawa out on one wing, Kapahu on the wing, and in the slot, Alvarado and Segucio. They may shift. This is a huge front, power-running football formation. Segucio right now hitting up into the hole, trying to lead Aloris through. It does. Aloris breaks it inside the 40. 35 he is. He gets 10 close to the first down marker and beyond, make it 12. Aloris for a first down. What a play. Donovan Ferreira makes the stop, and Ferreira, had he not made the stop, Aloris would have popped it. Reminiscent of Phillips Hebbing-Coeur on that one. Same set again of individuals up front for Irwin. They are in tight, double tight end. Will they send Segucio in motion? No, but they'll send Aloris into the same hole. He'll get 3 and maybe 4 yards. Nance is there. They will move the chains. That is the first down. So in his initial carry, he got very close. This time he will be even more successful. First down and 10 on the 32 of the Kauai High Red Raiders.
Waimea's in a no-huddle type of offense. they're calling the plays on the line. They're leaving up to Scott Irwin to call the plays, and looks like he's dialing it pretty good.
Snoop, not liking what he sees on the clock, will point toward the end zone and ask the band to hush. Leonard Raposo has his arms up saying, knock it off, guys. They are a potent group, that Kauai High Red Raider band, and the Waimea faithful down below us applauding. Here we go now, Irwin out of that slot formation. He has all of his offensive linemen in awfully tight. This is Alvarado in motion across the formation. They gave us Joe Lawrence. It's a fumble. It looks like the Red Raiders are on the football. Flag down. Freddie Lopez on the fumble, we believe, 45, and the flag. It will be Red Raiders ball, so they both miscued early in the first period. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go. And the Red Raiders ball, and a big penalty. They look like they're marking off at least 15. That's got to be something unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, looks like a personal foul on Waimea on that play.
Usually when you give up the football and somebody falls on it, the tendency on your part is to give them the hammer, the shiv as we used to call it, and unfortunately that's 15 yards and more positive field position now for the Red Raiders. They can at least breathe because they've been in the shadow of their end zone much of the first period. This is Cavallo. He tries for the handoff. He will fumble, but he'll fumble ahead of the line of scrimmage, and the Red Raiders pounce on it. So Cavallo, either the ball is slippery or the ground is muddy, and it is slick, Edmund, as we look out towards the middle of the field. Not really 9 or 10 yards. First down, Red Raiders on the fumble.
Looked like a nice heads-up play by Kalani Bukowski, who was going downfield, and the ball just popped right in front of him.
What a gift for Bukowski. And a gift of the first down. First time in the contest now, the Red Raiders in Minahuni territory at the 40-yard line. In motion, Reprimand, fumble again. And again it goes forward. And again the Red Raiders have the football. This time it is Roland Ikehara. So this is a strange game at best. The winds when they come easterly on this island cause confusion anyway. The trades, which we are more used to, give us that fundamental soundness. Tonight, very bizarre so far. 1, 2, 3, and now 4 turnovers in the first period, but the last 2 positive for the Red Raiders. Cavallo over the football now has got to be a little bit concerned. Split about 15 yards to the left side would be Chung, and then McCallum with him. He gives on the inside to Reprimante, and nowhere. Waimea there to meet him. Jason Peralta, and he stood his ground and took care of business.
Peralta's playing a down lineman on that even or 6-man line. He's playing right over the center rather than in the gap or over the guard.
Good way to handle it, and too, Eli Moniz there with a little bit of support for Peralta. So call it 3rd and 7, or a short, call it a short 7 along 6. The ball at about the 36-yard line of Waimea. Sterling Cavallo having trouble handling the football. Reprimante in motion. The pitch to Shigimoto. Waimea is waiting, but Shake and Bake will move against them and move away from them down the right side. 5 and now 10 yards. He is near the 22-yard line and a first down. So they did have Shigimoto in the backfield, but he got away.
Yeah, Shigimoto made a nice run. Waimea is expecting that from Shigimoto, to get to the outside. They were pounding the inside all the way through, and now they're going to the outside.
That seems to be their forte, Edmund, and they have the kind of back that can do that. Little did we know that Reprimante would be such a fine compliment, but Troy has been brilliant this year. Excellent call, we think, at this point in the ball game. A minute 6, a minute 5, and counting. Cavallo and company at the 22. First down and 10. He will give on the inside, this time to Reprimante, and Troy gets nowhere. Simple handoff, simple play, but not very much result.
Again, Jason Peralta on the stop on that play. It looked like he came in unblocked.
He did come in unblocked. The sophomore Jason Peralta, 5'7", 153 pounds. 2nd and 11. So we have had a game not marred by mistakes, certainly, but a game resplendent with mistakes, as we have 30 seconds and counting in the first period. The ball still at about the 23, 24-yard line of Waimea. Quarterback is Sterling Cavallo in motion. Shigimoto, the give to Reprimante. We don't know why they do it again, but the results are the same, as in nada. So he'll try the same 3-hole over the left side and come up empty.
Looked like Tyler Tanigawa on that play.
He was
a beautiful stop.
Excellent stop. Your Salt Pond Country Store, your refreshment center in Hanapepe. Stock up on all your picnic needs. Charcoal, chips, coolers, beach chairs, ice cold fountain drinks, and Slurpees. Plus you'll enjoy the delicious cheeseburgers, nachos, hot dogs, and deli sandwiches. Get your low-price football, basketball, and baseball sports cards. You are at the Boys of Call.
For 10 years, Garden Island music programs offered at our schools. Band instrument rentals, sales and service, and expert advice are all available at Kauai's music store for the 90s. Garden Island Music Lihue.
AM 57 Call.
Welcome back to Hanapepe Stadium, and welcome back to a different kind of a football game. A game so far that has been played either utterly conservative or utterly Caballo rolling right. He will run right. He is at the 20. He is near the 15. He is not close to a first down, but he will get some credible yardage on the third down call. Maybe he wanted to get as much as he could. Maybe they will let Morioka. It is scoreless. 4th and 4.
Big decision for Kauai High School at this point.
Right now, Edmund, I think they have to let Morioka take a shot at it, either he or Lopez, and I think Morioka more consistent. They are at the 16. That means they would get the ball away from about the 23. That's a 33-yard field goal, and they will not try it. They will go for it. It is 4th and 4. Big-time play. High back is Shigimoto. The pitch to Shigimoto. Taylor around the left side. Taylor cuts it up inside. 5, 4. Oh, yes! Touchdown, Shigimoto. There are no flags. They cannot stop Shigimoto outside. 6-0, Kauai High.
It was a beautiful block by the wide receiver on the cornerback, I believe, Dwayne Alvarado. Just logged him inside. Shigimoto just cut to the outside, and he was gone.
Scary play when you see Taylor heading at you because the body goes one way and the legs go the other. Here's the try for extra point. Remember, it may be a game that comes down to special teams. This is Morioka. The snap is poor. The kick is up. It is good. Excellent move by Garrett DeKay to really get that ball in position for Morioka to kick. It was a lousy snap. In their shopping center, from hardware and soft goods to fast food and super service. Mail it fast. See the Volvo lady or Blaine Nagano. See the doctor. Do your grocery shopping at Kapa'a in the Kapa'a Shopping Center. It is an offsides, Edmund, and they will kick again from the 35, but it appears that our Akaki guys are not willing to kick the ball up for Aloris or Irwin, but rather satisfied to really kick it hard and low. We'll see this time. He will kick it down again. It is almost an onside kick. I don't know the reason for that, Edmund, but they only kicked the ball 8 yards, and Waimea now has it. As falling on the ball for Waimea is Eli Moniz, and that is
Irwin dialing the play on the line.
Deanna Loris, the single setback. In the slot, Apolinario Segusio and Dwayne Alvarado. The rest of the people up on the line. Quarterback sneak, Irwin. He blasts through for 5 and 6 yards. He is inside the 40. The original line of scrimmage about the 47-yard line. So 8 yards for Irwin on the quarterback sneak. His cues, as does Ferreira. So the Red Raiders right now with a 6-man front, expecting run out of Irwin. Segusio in motion, and they will run. Aloris over the right side. Close to first down yardage as he will stumble into more territory of the Red Raiders as he will get 2 or 3. We'll see the down marker as we... Once again, no time between plays. Here's Irwin up again. Hardly a breath before Waimea ready to go. Double single slots right and left. Alvarado and Segusio. Irwin quarterback sneak this time. They are waiting for him, but he'll wedge it out for the first down. So Irwin, and this is almost the Irwin show early, and we don't say that to mean that Irwin wants it to be that way. It is just a matter of fact.
Look like Scott Irwin is doing it all. He's just running those quarterback sneaks and getting the yards by himself.
Edmund, if it reminds me of anything, halfway through the week I was reminded of So Go the Minahoonie. He does have an outstanding support staff. This time more of a traditional backfield. He's got a pro set behind him. He will give the ball. Nope. He will fake to Alvarado. He's got a man deep. He's got him. Oh, no. Bye. Excellent play action fake by Irwin. He went to a pro set, and he had a man deep, and that man was Sean Torres. But when the ball got to Torres, so terrible now. But the Minahoonies really had it that time, and as they had frozen the inside linebackers of the Red Raiders. What a brilliant call by Pereira. Somebody in the neutral zone. Mayer will throw the flag. He will say Red Raiders. He will say Pereira. So in his aggressiveness, Donovan Pereira lines up a little bit too tight. Here they are again, as quick as a nod and the wink of an eye. Irwin up over the football. It is at the 32-yard line of the Red Raiders, 2nd and 5 for Irwin. In motion, Segusio. Irwin rolling left. He escapes one tackle, tries to spin move up the inside. Doesn't get beyond the line of scrimmage, and there he is tackled by Kyle Blackstad. So Blackstad, the junior, at 6 feet, 210, there to meet him.
It didn't look like an option play on that one, Big. Looks like it was all Scott Irwin all the way on the sweep.
Everything seems to be 90% Irwin. And once again, no time between plays. But once again, how many plays do they want to do that don't work? Right now, they haven't gotten a whole lot of yardage, though they are moving steadily. Irwin taking a look. He's got double slots right. He has Segusio and Alvarado to his right. The single setback is Aloris. He is rolling right. He has a man. He overthrows Segusio, does Irwin. He had him in the flat, and he had a first down, but he threw it a bit too hard. Morioka there in coverage.
Polinario Segusio is running that flat pattern all by himself. Easy first down if the pass was completed.
Irwin might now be a little bit frustrated from the earlier drop, and so help me, they're bringing in the T. Don't tell me they're going to let Irwin kick from here. The line of scrimmage is the 32. There is no breeze. Then that would come back to about the, oh my, Edmund, that's a 50-yard field goal. That's a little too much for Irwin. There is no breeze to help him. It is a dank night. The air is heavy for number 13. Here's the snap. Out of the hold of Alvarado, no! Alvarado fakes it, tries to run around the right side, fakes inside, does not get a first down, and the ball will turn over to the Red Raiders. So the snap is not there. Elgin Erdman on the bench with the flu. They could have used him on that snap. No fault on the center intended, yet the snap was called 246, 9289. Hang on, sports fans. They're at the line of scrimmage again. This time it's the Red Raiders, and they take no time. Shigimoto in motion. Cavallo fakes and then takes the ball himself on the option. He gets about 9 yards over the left side. He will fake the Reformante up in the 2-hole and then carry it himself. So a decent run by Cavallo gets him out for 10 yards, as it were, and therefore a first down, so it looked even more as it developed. I've never seen a football game go this fast in my life. I'm glad you never did this to me, Pop Warner. I'm glad you went back to the huddle. Oh my, Edmund, they are up again. Pro set this time for Cavallo. In motion, swerving Mervyn Chung. The give on the inside. Big hole for Reformante. 45, 40. He's still carrying tacklers. 35. And maybe on the line will come Reformante. So as you begin to think Shigimoto, they will counter with Reformante. And right now, Waimea has to be worried. Right now, they have become porous. Right now, they have given up 2 major plays and find themselves in their own territory with their backs. And yet the Red Raiders right now still moving really strong.
Look like they're playing the outside a little bit more strong and forgetting about the inside. Now they're hitting back on the inside, and the ball is just going downfield.
McCallum will come out to the right side of the field. His uniform still clean. All the internal linemen quite muddy at this point. The field's soggy. Reformante in motion to pitch to Shigimoto. Here he goes, but this time he is hammered by 3 and 4 Minahoonies. Alvarado is there. Ian Imamura is there. Irwin is there. Romel Begonia is there. It took 5 to stop him, but the pursuit that time was excellent by Waimea. The merchants at Rice Shopping Center support your KIF because Kauai's future belongs to its youth, and it is their leadership that will guide us. So the merchants at Rice wish all Kauai's youth the very best this season on and off the field. We second that too. So all of you youth and big guys and whomever on your way home tonight, keep it safe, guys. Keep our highways real sound. Get home safe. Chung in motion across the formation. Caballo the pitch to Shigimoto around the left side, and they get him again. So this time the Minahoonie's ready and waiting. And Sean Torres more than makes up for the drop by nailing Shigimoto in the backfield. So they saw him and read him, and then came Jason Peralta there as well.
Good penetration that time by Sean Torres upfield. He went the depth of Shigimoto, and Shigimoto just couldn't get around him.
Garden Island Motors is your friendly Ford, Lincoln Mercury, and Mazda dealership. When it's time to buy a car or truck, see us first. That's it, right? And Ho'olako Street in Lihue. It's friendly Garden Island Motors. See Doug Doman, he's a good guy. He's a KIF official ambassador. This is McCallum coming wide right, maybe 20 yards right of the formation. Caballo in pass formation. He will dump it off, complete at the 40, but then hammered down at about the 35 is Reframonte in the arms of Ian Imamura. It is 4th down. It is still 10 yards to go, so that time you have to credit the Minahoonies. They have adjusted, Edmund, because as it looked as Caballo first made his run of 10 and then Reframonte's of 15, that they would really be cooking.
Red Raider 68 with quality printing at reasonable prices. 245-2631.
Aloha, I'm Roy Ishii, inviting you to join me for Kauai's freshest music mix and today's hottest hits. All night long from midnight until 5:30 in the a.m. on the FM side of Kauai's #1 and only Calm.
Welcome back to Hanapepe in a game played as swiftly as Edmund Nkoba and I can fathom. In a game void of huddling, in a game where both offenses coming up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go, and we're seeing it happen again. This is probably the first huddle Waimea's had in about a quarter and a half of football. On 4th and 10, the Red Raiders came with some razzle-dazzle. They ran Mervyn Chung across the formation on kind of a slot back reverse. It did not get anywhere on 4th down. Waimea will take over 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line. This is Irwin. The single setback is Oloris. Single slots. We're so used to the doubles. It is singles tonight. It is Oloris over the left side. He gets very, very little as he will come into the line of scrimmage, and there he is met. Principally by Kyle Blackstad. Black team set of circumstances. Strange-looking formation. 8-man front. Apolinario Segucio and Alvarado in short slot formation. This time they'll run Oloris, but from behind it is Blackstad again. So an excellent read by the junior at 6 feet, 210. He got him from behind, but he got him nonetheless.
They send the man in motion, and he's supposed to be sealing down on the guard, the defensive guard, but looks like the seal block is not working for them at this time.
Here they come again, Edmund, as fast as you and I can flip a page and find a number. Waimea up on the line of scrimmage again and ready to go. Late minute change at guard for Waimea, but they get the kid off the field. And now Irwin really concerned with things, shifting people around. Are they running out of time? Stoop will say they get it off, will they? He's looking at his watch. Awful long time. Fumble by Irwin, but it looks like he'll cover it. So once again, Edmund, the new system, I think. And Waimea having a bit of trouble with it. That time they'll bring in a guard late, try to shift the guard out, and then Irwin tries to push out his wide out, and that didn't work. It is 4th down. It is still a long 9 to go, and the Minahoonies will punt. Boy, oh boy. I have no. Granted, the score is 7-0. Kauai high with 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Bad snap to Irwin. He comes up with it and gets it off. He's an athlete, ladies and gentlemen, and he kicks it deep. Wisely moving away from the ball is Stuart Caballo as it lands on about the 30-yard line of the Red Raiders, and therein they will put it in play.
For a busted play, that was a nice kick by Scott Irwin.
Every time you see something that happens that might break their back, Irwin rescues. That time, the ball skittering along. The crowd stunned at Waimea, and the Red Raiders hopeful, really pumping now. Into the line of the scrimmage, looks like Reframonte off that quick dive. He'll get about 3 yards, call it 2nd and 7. The scoreboard not able to help us in line of the Red Raiders.
Waimea still in that even defense, respecting the run of Kauai High School.
The merchants at Kukui Grove Shopping Center are proud to present the Lineman of the Game plaque during all regular and postseason playoff games involving Kauai teams. Linemen deserve recognition, and Kukui Grove is proud to call attention to their efforts. Call attention to the efforts of Tanagawa, of Bukowski early, of Soto and company, because this is a lineman's game. Brilliant block. This time they will send Shigimoto into the middle of the line. You'll get about 2 or 3 as he hips and skips forward. It is 3rd and a long 5 at about the 36-yard line. Call it the 35 right now, right smack dab in the middle. 3rd and 6. A minute 53 to go.
Again,
Will,
Fig.
go ahead, sir.
Again, Fig, they're setting Waimea up, I think, for that sweep again. They're pounding the middle. They're getting yards in the middle. I think Shigimoto is due to break another one pretty soon.
I think, too, that Arakaki does not want to put it up. And if you noticed in the first half, I think he put it up once. Because right now, inside of a minute and 30 to play, Edmund, maybe they feel as comfortable going in with a 7-point cushion. No, this one won't go up at all. Caballo run the option. He'll almost throw it away. Shigimoto gets the ball to the outside. 25, 30, 40, 50, and out of bounds. Shigimoto, shake and bake on a lovely pitch that almost didn't happen. Almost Sterling waited too long and pitched it to Waimea. But do not give it to Taylor and expect nothing. He is cooking and turning it up. It is first and 10. More importantly, he got out of bounds. Clever move from Tom's boy.
Waimea played the option well that time. They put the corner right on Shigimoto, but Shigimoto just faked him out.
Had it played brilliantly, couldn't play it any better. I would hate to see that guy coming at me. I'd need support. Tail of the tandem right now is the eye situation is Shigimoto with Reformante. Make by Caballo this time. He will throw. Has a man. Mervyn Chung at the 35 of Waimea, complete in the face of Segusho. Though Irwin and Alvarado were there, he threw it into triple coverage, but he threw it brilliantly to Sterling Caballo. Boy, oh boy, that was a perfect pass.
Yeah, right between the zone.
You and your car wind up. Your parts are protected by CarQuest. Simply the best. Check the phone book under Auto Parts for CarQuest.
You'll find it at CarQuest.
On Kauai, Windward Auto in Kapa'a.
AM 57, come.
Perfect timing to bring you guys back with Edmund Akoba and Big Mitchell from Hanapepe Stadium in a game of great anticipation and great expectation, in a game that hasn't let anybody down, not even an inch or a pound. This is an outstanding high school football game, and it will find the Red Raiders on top, 7-zip. In the second period, a minute and 11 to play. Waimea offside, so right now the ball at the 29-yard line. Caballo pitches to Shigimoto. He is at the 25-yard line. Flag in. Got to be a clip. Has to be, and Stoop will concur. Good point right at Chung. Irvin would like that one back.
Yeah, crackback block. I guess he wasn't in good position on that block.
Well, not only will that hurt them in terms of 15 yards because the clip is major, they did have something going. It won't hurt them in terms of possession of time. But right now, you don't want to give up 15 yards when you're at about the 30 because you're in striking range with this kind of offense. But Stoop and company doing a fine job on an absolutely hot night if you're a football player. If you're in the stands, it's a little cool from that vantage point. But on the field, without that complimentary breeze to give you a break in that nylon uniform, you're going to sweat. And the team's reflected, and the field getting torn up at about the 30 and 40-yard line, that is uncharacteristic of Hanapepe. Trying to mark it off now and getting the right spot is Leonard Raposo Jr. Along with Stoop Shimagawa and Jack Mayer, they'll spot it at the 48-yard line of Waimea. Minute and 7 seconds to go. If you were here to look at the flags, you know what I mean. Not even the bottom tips of them are moving. That would generate negative breeze. Some folks that live here for a long time call it Kona wind. Is it upset time? Is it the big time of the perennial champs? Maybe going down? Well, maybe not. Waimea with a huge half to play. Caballo back to pass at the 50. Laces it in. Beautiful pass by Caballo into the waiting arms of Kyna McCallum at about the 35-yard line. So if anybody is rising sort of as the cream comes to the top, it would be the magician, Sterling Caballo. So that must make my other buddy, when we do the home games of Kauai High, very happy. Wherever you are, Stephen, we wish you well. We'll be down to do your Pop Warner game on television tomorrow, but your kid's throwing the football awfully nice tonight. Second down, 12 yards to go, 30 seconds to go. Caballo will roll. Caballo will look downfield. In the middle to McCallum at about the 20. McCallum around the left side. 15. McCallum stiff arms down to about the 12-yard line. Do they have time to call time? The Raiders hurry in. They'll ask for time. Will the referee see them? 25 seconds. They get their time. We'll hold it right here. This is incredible. They are showing us tonight the ability to not just come with Shigimoto. Caballo is establishing himself tonight. He is saying there is more than one quarterback in the KIF. He has thrown the ball brilliantly, both the short stuffs and the slants. Barking signals right now. Full house backfield for Caballo. He will throw long for McCallum in the side of the end zone. Touchdown, McCallum! Brilliant! brilliant throw, Carvalho. He laid it out and up. And in fact, it is a perfect fly pattern. It's the easiest pass to complete. You run straight down and you fade. And as he faded, the ball was there in his hands. And he put it away. Oh, my.
I think the ball couldn't have been thrown any better. It was right in the corner, right in McCallum's hand. Scott Irwin had good coverage on that play, but McCallum beat him on the corner, and the ball was put in right in place.
Ball down to Decay. He'll fumble it. Special teams will let him down this time. Waimea may capitalize as Alvarado right in there with Torres to negate the try of McCallum as the ball got away from Decay. It is 13-0. It is the emergence of a new magician. It is Sterling Carvalho, who has thrown 5 for 5 in that drive and thrown it on the money. Whew.
Well, Sterling Carvalho has a lot of time to throw. He rolls out. They're in like a 4 type of defense, a 4-man front. He runs right around the ends. They're not containing him well. He has a lot of time to throw. He looks at all his receivers, so he's doing a good job in finding his receivers.
You know, Edmund, when we played against them, our midget team, we didn't worry about it passing. They were an option team. We said, well, Carvalho can't throw long. And when we got into this season, as we began our 1991 season, that thought permeated into the season, and we said, well, Carvalho is good on the short passes. He is no longer good on the short passes. He threw an out, he threw an up, and he threw a fade to McCallum, and each one right on the money. He's got an arm. Now we will see how they will play the last 21 seconds. The flag's still hanging. McCallum will get it away from about the 40. He approaches the football and kicks. This one is long and end over end. It's a hammer right toward Dolores. Right up to Waimea, wedge he goes. 30, 35, dragged down at the 38 and now 39-yard line. So they took a chance to the Red Raiders as the waning seconds of the second period as we head to halftime would show 13 points on the board for the Red Raiders. And as we began our commentary, coming over to the stadium, boy, we won't have any breath left for the second half. I said to Bill Arakaki, for many years the Red Raiders came here and rode home dejected, rode home on that bus in sadness. Would it change? And he said, Big, I think tonight it will. In fact, the first half has belonged to the Red Raiders, but Waimea plays that fourth quarter as good as anybody. Slamming through on Irwin. It was a snap, and we don't know exactly what happened, but out of the defensive line came Kyle Blackstad. And Irwin will let it go to halftime. It is halftime. It is 13 Garden Island for the Kauai High Red Raiders. It is 0 for the perennial champ. They will always, in the heart of KIF fans, be the perennial powerhouse. But can
only calm.
K-O-N-G, calm!
Welcome to Hanapepe Field, 13 Kauai High, 0 Waimea. And in our third quarter sweepstakes, remember, Kapena Wilson is representing Kauai High School. Kapena Wilson from Koloa, so if his team, scores in the third period, he'll receive a gift certificate from Kapa'a Paint. And also, seconds to go, and we're underway. Edmund Akoba with Big Mitchell from Hanapepe Stadium in a game that appeared to go quicker in time than any half to my remembrance. In fact, we're at 8:30. The game started at 7:30, Edmund, and we're past halftime. That is the quickest halftime play to my memory. That means that halftime and the ceremonies are in and teams are out in about an hour. Scott Irwin now approaching the football. Waimea will kick off. So the onus right now on the Minahunis to really hammer the Red Raiders. If they want to get back in it, they've got to establish it now. So Irwin will get it away from about the 40. Into the football he comes and kicks it deep. It is wobbly to the far side of the field. It is the Waimea. It is Shigimoto. There's a flag down. Shigimoto breaks it. He will go all the way. He will go 20, 15, 10, 5, 4. But hold it, Gangy. There are 2 flags down way back. It is rare that an offensive team won't get a clip on that kind of play. So celebrate all you want, Red Raiders. This will come back. So early in the run back, we saw the clip right in front of us. Shigimoto did take it about 75 yards. That will stymie whatever dreams Waimea had of about the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, 11:46 to play. 13 Kauai High, 0 Waimea. First play of the second half. Carvalho gives up on the inside. It is given to Reframonte. He'll go over the left side and gain about 1 or 2. And here is to the short side of the field, Mervyn Chunk. The pitch, Shigimoto. Here he comes. He gets 3, he gets 5. Dicking and diving, and here it comes up with another yellow flag. It will go against Chung. It is a clip. And so a couple of times in the contest now, Swervin Mervin Chung has been called for that low block. And now the advantage goes to the Menahunis, as in fact a couple of penalties have stymied the march of the Red Raiders, and they're going backwards. Now here's where momentum may change. 10 minutes, 50 seconds.
Waimea getting another big break in this play. Penalties going back 15 yards. Oh, I'm sorry, half the distance.
Major penalty though, Edwin, and now the momentum has shifted. The Red Raiders seem a bit perplexed at this point. Before or after the game, no matter what the score, you're always the winner for breakfast or lunch super savers, dinners, or treats. Because of Dairy Queen, we treat you right. It is Kauai's favorite family stop in Lihue, Waimea, and in Elieli. 10 minutes, 40 seconds to go in a thwarted drive by the Red Raiders. Those cross-buck play this time to Reprimante, and he gets very little. As the fake would go to Shigimoto, but the Waimea Menahuni is not buying it at all. Torres stays at home and does a fine job.
Also, Jason Peralta did a nice play on that.
So, that'll limit what the Red Raiders can do at this point of the contest, in Waimea tends, I think, Edmund, to feel the difference changing for them. They seem a little more pumped. Ferreira right down on about the 30-yard line, charging his troops up, as they know this third down call is important. 3rd and 22, the Raiders dare not put it up. They are deep in their own territory. Reprimante in motion. The pitch is to Shigimoto around the right side. He has 5. He has almost 10. That'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much more. A relative conservative call, but a bright one. 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go. The ball will change possession. The Menahuni should have it in fine field position. So the Red Raiders were penalized 25, 30 yards on that drive, which negated everything, so the first advantage does go to Waimea. Irwin goes back to receive the punt. It will be McCallum kicking. He is an excellent kicker as well. Let's see if the Menahunis don't send somebody at him. They do not have a return on. It is a block on. 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. Here they come. He fumbles it, and he tries to take around right in. They have McCallum. He is down, so the special teams of Menahunis come through. They line up 10 men on the front, Edmund, and the snap is inappropriate. Down on the ground, and McCallum without a no. He'll stay in his slot. Single setback is Aloris for Irwin. Across the formation to Segusio, into the 2-goal Segusio. Irwin back to pass, complete at about the 10, maybe the 11, and then hammered down. Curtis Kapahu. The ball at about the 11. In motion is Segusio. He'll bump into Aloris, will Irwin, and then get knocked down. So a terrible play as the Menahunis come together and really botch that one up. That did not look like Pat Pereira football.
Video store with 10,000 titles to choose from. We've got the movies.
And 7 at the 15. Barking signals is Irwin. He'll fake. Play action. Throw the ball. He's got a man. He throws it low. It is complete. Good play. Kapahu again. Akoma. They are moving with that play action right now. And that time Irwin will find his man. But did he get a first down? No. He is awfully close. Will they measure?
He's going to bring the change in big. It's so close. Apolinario was running a post pattern on that. He was all open.
He was open. Seems like Irwin is concentrating on Kapahu because he can find him. Kapahu, as you know, is 6'1". Big kid and with size. Kapahu 6'2". Change that, 195 pounds. And Irwin to the right side, Kapahu. In the wings, Apolinario Segusio. It is Irwin. He fumbled. Oh, no. What will they call? I think Irwin got on the football. But did he have enough for the first down? Did he fumble it forward? He only needed less than the half of the length of a football. This ball could change hands here. They will say Waimea's ball, but will they say first down? Stoop will take a look. Oh, my.
Looked like they got the first down.
Every time Waimea has come close, they've shot themselves in the foot. Pat Pereira is livid at this point. His teams are known for execution, but you can't play for your team. We will see. Here's the mark. They'll stretch the chains. It looks like enough from here. It's more than enough. Not a first down. A whisker. A prayer. A promise never kept. And the Red Raiders take over the football on a fumble inside the 10. So right now the complexion has changed, but only momentarily. Can the Red Raiders hammer it out and get a couple of first downs, or will Waimea pack it in here and come in McCallum again? What a game.
On their last drive, Scott Irwin looked like he tried to go over his left left guard. They had somebody right on Dennis Soto, the center, and I think he tried to run before he had the snap.
I don't think he had the snap either, Edmund. The Kauai Shopping Center merchants invite you to see all their new shops and services in their shopping center, from hardware and soft goods to fast foods and super service. Mail it fast with the Volvo lady or Blaine Nagano. Dodge a mortar shell, dodge an A-bomb, and now they take it on their own 8 and try to hammer. There's a flag down, says Shimagawa. Fumble way back toward the end zone. Procedure, though. And we think that was called, and that will be a dead ball foul before the play will move. So on that infraction, though the fumble went almost into the end zone, the Red Raiders will move back 5 yards. So now it's a game of boo-boos.
Yeah, Waimea got to capitalize on this bad field position of Kauai High School. They got to hold them down. Hopefully, the Kauai High School will punt to them, or if there's a block punt, change the momentum back again. I think that was a big heartbreaker on that last drive.
Had to break their hearts, but there's still plenty of time, 6 minutes, 36 seconds and counting. As a matter of fact, the third quarter is already half gone. This is the fastest football game I've ever seen. We're at nearly quarter till 9, maybe a little past. And we've almost played 3/4 of football. Caballo barking signals. Full house backfield. Shigimoto up into the 2-hole and beyond. 20. Watch out. 25. Shigimoto comes out of nowhere, out of an abyss, and gets there. You cannot stop Shigimoto. And let me tell you why. If you look at the great backs and gypsy backs, they don't know where they're going. Shigimoto with those bow legs comes into the line of scrimmage. His shoulders heading one way. The legs are going another. And Waimea can't wrap him up. That's a huge run by Shigimoto. Brilliant play behind the block. We'll take a peek at that, let you know. Looked like Bukowski with the big block. Irwin on the tackle. Bukowski it was with Munden. Excellent job. Now the Red Raiders can breathe a sigh of relief. They're out at about the 28-yard line. Caballo gives on the inside. Shigimoto digs outside. 30, 35, left the man. Gave him the dead leg. Will they throw a flag at Irwin, who tackled him 5 yards out of bounds? They will not. They'll let it go. Good no call that time by the KIF officials. But Shigimoto they had, but then he steps away.
They're running right behind Bruce Nance. He's in the offensive line right now, number 71. He's normally just playing defense, but tonight's game, I think they're putting him into the lineup. And they're running right behind him. The last 2 carries, I think, was behind Bruce Nance.
If I'm 6'2" and weigh 230 pounds, I'm going to run behind me, too. And Nance doing a fine job, but those moves of Shigimoto, he looks like Barry Sanders, a smaller version. He's here and he's gone. A will of a wisp. Eye back. Fake. Up into the inside. It'll give to Reformante. This is just a nice dive and gets absolutely nowhere. Into the center of the line of scrimmage at about the 42-yard line goes Reformante. I guess they have a game on a Friday. Double back for Shigimoto. Reformante in motion. The pitch to Shigimoto around the right side. Will they get him this time? Yes. No. He swims through. They had him and he got away. Edmund, I have never seen such missing, and they have him in the sight.
He's just a slippery running back. He cuts right, but yet, you know, his body's going the other way. He's just amazing.
You can't teach it. If he reminds me of any back in the last 4 or 5 years, it would be John Kauai, who could bounce in and bounce out. But Shigimoto has another gift, and that is he is extremely deceptive, and then when he gets a half a step, he's history. We'll see how they deploy. It is 3rd down and about 7. Red Raiders at the 45-yard line. In motion is Chung. Here's the option. Here's Shigimoto. 50, 45. Oh, my. They cannot stop him, Edmund Akova. There is nothing that the Waimea Menahunis can do because, once again, there are people on the line of scrimmage who are taking care of business. Roland Ikihara and Banquel, Adviento, Munden, and Bukowski. You cannot give Shigimoto all the credit because he is not running into a wall. He has a gap.
That was a beautiful option play again. Waimea, I think, played it well. Then Dwayne Alvarado came up to pick up Shigimoto, but with Shigimoto's take and bake as he stays big,
left him.
just left him in the dust.
And there's no more deceptive option quarterback in the KIF than Sterling Cavallo. He did it to us when he was peewee, a midget, and now he's doing it again. That is his forte, but now with his complement of throwing the ball, he becomes even more dangerous. 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go. 1st down, 10 on the 42-yard line. Somebody in the neutral zone for the Red Raiders. So it has been sloppy at times, but right now the ball and the energy and the juice and the momentum in favor of the Red Raiders. Waimea cannot afford to let them score. They must rise up here, and here they may. They are right in front of Pat Pereira. We will see Repamonte in motion. The pitch to Shigemoto. In the backfield, they get him, Torres. Brilliant play. Torres ripping through and filling the gap. First time they've got him tonight, Edmund.
Torres did a nice job of penetrating again. I think the last couple of times they swept around Begonia's side, and they were successful. I think a couple of times they swept around Torres' side. Torres had good penetration, came upfield really well, and stopped Shigemoto for a loss.
Well, that'll push him back into second and pasture range. Since we don't have a scoreboard, we will guesstimate about a second and 22. Once again, will Cavallo throw? There's not really any need to when he can get 10 or 12 yards out of Shigemoto. He has two receivers to the wide side of the field. Now he's in a triple left, and he'll come left. He's looking to throw. He fakes the throw, and now he'll throw. Complete, Mervyn Chung. 45, 40. Chung with a brilliant catch, but Cavallo with an outstanding play. So they flooded it into the near side of the field, but there's another flag. And the Red Raiders right now, they can't keep it going real well. Illegal man downfield, says the genius Larry Abreu. Boy, I don't know anything.
Cavallo again, he's taking all his receivers. He looks deep, then he comes down the line. I think that was his third receiver that he hit, Mervyn Chung.
You really have to enjoy the way Cavallo has matured, but you have to also realize that if you have a sense of what's happening in football, the Menahunis seem to be gathering themselves, and gathering themselves because the Red Raiders are tearing their britches just a little bit here in terms of execution. They've blown it on a couple of plays here in the third period, though they lead 13-0 over the Menahunis. We are inside of 3 minutes to play. It is second and 25 to go. Shigemoto now, the single setback. On the wing is Chung. Marking signals is Cavallo back to pass. You throw the quick out to Chung. It is complete over on the right side of the field for about 6 or 7 yards. A smart play, Edmund Acoba, as they want to nip away and chunk away at it and not try to get it at once.
I'm surprised they're not keeping it on the ground, trying to eat up more of that clock. I know they got a second and long situation, but with Shigemoto running the way he's running tonight, and with Troy Raffamonte running the way he's running tonight, I don't understand why they're...
I don't understand either, except they have such confidence in Cavallo. And McIdoy, I think, having that kind of confidence, and Waimea not really flooding that zone over on the far side, he's really throwing into really open coverage. We'll see. Cavallo back to throw. You throw the quick look in this time, and there is a flag. It will go against Kauai High again. And once again, on almost consecutive plays, the Red Raiders really hurting their own efforts and really getting pushed back again. It is holding. That's another 10 yards. It'll be third, or will they take it? I think I take it, Edmund.
Right.
Okay. Boy, this is the kind of game you want to sit with the people in the stands and enjoy. It is too much. It is played at such a frenetic pace. Let's see if the Red Raiders get a snap. It's a lousy snap. McCallum gets it off. Torres right in his face. End over into Irwin. He'll field it on the 17. Come upfield to the 20. He'll elude one man, 25 away from Chung, but then his feet out from under him on the wet turf in Hanapepe. That will not please Irwin, but he's got such a cool head, Acoba. He is now at about the 24-yard line. They will mark it. It is first and 10, a minute 37 seconds to go. The third period, 13 Red Raiders, 0 Waimea.
Well, Waimea High School got to put together a real good drive right now. They got to get on the board real quick because, 12 minutes coming up real quick, and they haven't been able to really rack up the points in the fourth quarter.
Here they come. They'll need a good play on first down. The single setback for Irwin is Dion Aloras. In the slots are Alvarado and Segusio. This is Alvarado across the formation, then tucking in into that hole, and then they send Aloras right after him. And as Edmund Acoba would attest, it is very predictable. They will get a few yards, but they're not going to break that one, because when they bring the slot back across the formation, he's coming into a hole that you know that running back's going to come to. Lady, or see the doctor, or do your grocery shopping at Kapa'a in their shopping center. A little bit of a delay right here as officials would like a little bit of their time. Nance trying to stick his nose in to see what's happening. And now they will deploy. Red Raiders in a 4-3. Looks like from here, call it a 5-3. Now they'll put Pereira up on the line of scrimmage. It's almost a 6-man front. Irwin tries to get around the right side and cannot. He is hammered in the backfield, so someone shot the gap. And that play did not happen at all.
Looks like Kyle Blackstead got in on that thing.
Blackstead has played an incredible game, and as we look toward the Kukui Grove lineman of the game and to the GTE player of the game, it's still up in the air, folks. We want you to hang around for it. because this is a memorable contest. Either Waimea will come back, as they have, because the fourth quarter coming up, as we are inside of 15 seconds, or this may be the changing of the guard, as many folks thought it might. It is still up in the air. It is the fourth quarter. We have come to expect Waimea to make the miracle. This is Irwin, deep in his own territory. Now he'll send his receivers split left and right. Irwin way back to throw, almost hammering his end zone. Shimagawa almost throws the flag as they wrap around Irwin's head and then slam him down to the turf for a huge loss. Lucky to get out of his own end zone and almost a face mask. I saw Stoop go to his back pocket, but he didn't throw it.
Looked like a Nance blitz on that one. He almost had Irwin by the helmet, but Irwin was able to dodge the bullet on that one.
Salt Pond Country Store, your refreshment center in Hanapepe. Stock up on all your picnic needs: charcoal, chips, coolers, beach chairs, ice cold fountain drinks, and Slurpees. Plus, you'll enjoy the delicious cheeseburgers, nachos, hot dogs, and deli sandwiches. And you can get low-price football, basketball, and baseball cards. Those are sports cards at the Salt Pond Country Store. You know where? Right here in Hanapepe. Historic Hanapepe. Historic fourth quarter coming up. And you won't believe the tension as we look down at the Waimea faithful. The wide out. Split receivers left and right for Irwin. He'll try to give on the handoff and get up into the line of scrimmage. Fumble! Kauai High has No. They have not recovered, but it is fourth down. It is fourth down. It almost looked like the ball got away, and our spotters up here jumped to their feet and said, we think it's Kauai High. In fact, Waimea able to pounce on the football.
Looked like a draw play to Deanna Lawrence. Looked like there was just a mishandle or a bad handoff on that play.
They were waiting for him too, Edmund.
No, they're back in their run and shoot again, and their run and shoot haven't been very successful for them this whole season.
Difficult place to run the run and shoot too when you're at the shadow of your own end zone. You got to have some feel for you. Irwin, an inch inside of the back of the end zone. He's got to have a perfect snap. He gets one from Soto. He gets into the ball and booms it. Oh my! Big time kick. Fumbled by the Red Raiders. Picked up. Hit at about the 40 and still on his feet for the Red Raiders. We'll get a number on him, but lucky for the Red Raiders to really have the ball. There are no flags down on the field. The Red Raiders will take possession at about, that was Stewart Cavallo. But he missed it in its initial flight down to Stewart, and then he was able to pick it up on a couple. They take this momentum even farther in 91. We have less than a period to find out. Cavallo gives back to Shigimoto right into the pile, and the pile moves Waimea forward and surges into that heat of the Waimea line. And right now, Edmund, honestly speaking, they are owning the line of scrimmage.
Kauai High is beating them off the ball. And now they're in that power I type of offense. They got two more lead blockers for Shigimoto. All Shigimoto is doing is looking for that little crack where he can just break it open.
Excellent move that time as he moved behind Munden and Bukowski. And they moved the entire Waimea front about 5 yards down, and he got 7.5. This time the give is to Shigimoto again on the inside. He will get less this time as Waimea able to recover. Down up underneath the pile, we'll get a number on Kevin Kailikini is there. He was a lineman of the week a week ago, and Kailikini does a fine job that time of hammering back the efforts of Shigimoto. It is 3rd and about 2. Once again, Minahuni's must stop. The acrobatic Red Raiders now, or this one is just about history. Donovan Ferreira in the backfield. He can hide, and he has strength. Shigimoto the up back. Let's see what Cavallo does. Ferreira, first down. Donovan into the line of scrimmage over the 2-hole on the right side. And the blocking right now is beginning to take its toll. I don't know that it's conditioning. Nobody out-conditions Waimea. But right now, the blocking right now is better if you're wearing red and white.
On that last
Bruce Nance with an outstanding block with Munden that time.
On that last offensive set, they had Haku Rivera in the backfield along with Donovan Ferreira with Troy Rafamante.
They played against each other, and I remember we went to Lihui one time, and we go, Donovan, you like come out and play with us? Tough little bugger. In the backfield now, the single setback for Cavallo is Shigimoto. He will give to Shigimoto up the 2-hole, slipping and sliding up on the inside. Gets 4 on the inside. The pile moves forward. They're taking time and time and time off the clock. He gets about 4 yards. It is 2nd and a long 6 for Kauai High Red Raiders. Behind that time at Viento and Banquel.
Bruce Nance.
2nd and 7.
Bruce Nance right now must be saying, run behind me, run behind me. He's in the game. He's controlling that line of scrimmage. I don't think anybody can match up with Bruce Nance.
We used to tell our linemen to look them dead in the the eye, and when you own him, come back and tell your quarterback, I own this guy. Right now, Nance is owning his man. Cavallo barking signals, full house backfield. A little bit of a movement on the line of scrimmage, but negligible. They give on the inside to Shigimoto. He'll come inside of one block and carry some more Waimea folks down for about 2 and 3 yards. So they are whacking off each run, taking 40, 45 seconds, and each run productive as they are at 3rd and less than 3. Call it 3rd and 3. Waimea must rise up. The spirit has always been there. Their tradition almost like second nature to the gentleman in blue and white. But right now the Red Raiders are motivated, and they are moving. 7 minutes, 58 seconds to go. 13 Kauai High, 0 Waimea. Full house backfield. Straight inside by Cavallo. Quarterback sneak. Big time run. First down. So whatever he saw, and I think an audible, he saw what he wanted and tucked up behind Nance again.
Looked like Waimea was in a stunt that time, and they just beat him on the stunt.
Not Nance. Nance is out of the game. Boy, you're doing good, Dad. Munden. Bukowski again. But obviously an audible because his read, and I think you tell your quarterback when you don't see a man covered, you might want to go that way, and that Cavallo did. 10-yard line. 1st and goal. Can they score? Cavallo. Shigimoto. He won't get very much. Maybe inside the 9. He'll try to get his shoulders down, but give him 1 yard at the most. 2nd and 9. But the time clicking away. Not wanting to make time wasted on the passing play. Now the Raiders will bring Nance. Now Nance will come, and we will see if they run behind him. If I'm the Red Raiders right now, I want Nance. But conversely, if I'm Minahuni type, I'm looking to see where Nance is going because you know they're going to come there. What an ideal time to run play action and then deal on him. I don't know if I'm that cocky as a coach, but what a perfect time for play action. We'll see.
They're going to Shigimoto. Shigimoto's in the game. They probably go outside.
Akoba says Shigimoto, but Cavallo fumbles. Waimea maybe on the football. Nope. 3rd down. So quick hands by Sterling Cavallo, we believe, as he's able to recover his own fumble. That's the 3rd time he's done it this game, and he hasn't been hurt.
Looked like it was set up for a sweep. Shigimoto was heading towards the outside, just his handle on the snap.
It was. You read that one great, Edmund. Once again, everybody and their grandmother knew it would be Shigimoto, and what better time to maybe trick him, but that time the handoff a little bit sloppy. We're at 6 minutes and 19 seconds to play. Here they come, the Red Raiders, in search of a championship. In 91, Sterling Cavallo with Reframonte and Shigimoto in the backfield with Chung. The pitch is to Shigimoto. He won't get very far this time as the Minahunis in the backfield. Kapahu is there. But initially, Segusio there too, and Apolinario got enough of him to slow him down, and then on came Kapahu. So Kapahu has played on both sides of the ball a brilliant, brilliant game. Obviously, the Minahunis will miss Erdman. You can't help but miss them, but that is no excuse. The Red Raiders, to this point, have outplayed them. This is Morioka. He will set up to kick a field goal out of the hole of Garrett Decay at the 20. The snap is down. The kick by Morioka. No good. Way off to the left. Terrible looking punt. Kicked him better in Papuana. Minahunis still with a big chance. 5:33. The Minahunis to play it on the 20-yard line. Their own 20. They got 80 yards to go. They don't have a lot of time. Look for Irwin now, the top gun. Scott Irwin. Now you'll see why he's the top gun. He doesn't go into the shotgun. He's under center. This time he'll roll right. Obviously he will throw. Complete to Alvarado. In the flat. One man to beat. Doesn't get by. Goes out of bounds, and that's a smart play by Alvarado to drag the Kauai High defensive back on the far side of the field. Out of bounds with him. He took Ferreira with him that time. So a good play by Donovan to close, but a nice rollout by Irwin and completion to Dwayne Alvarado for 15. It is 1st and got to do it every time now. When double receivers left and right. The inside slot people kind of tight, though. Here comes Apolinario Segusio across the formation. Irwin rolling left. Somebody's on his behind. They don't get him. He eludes it, and he goes down. So in his face came Banquel. Banquel almost had him cleanly, but then in Irwin's energy to get out of it, he spun himself to the ground. But credit David Banquel.
They're doing a good job of doing that.
Here's the top gun, Scotty Irwin. Wide receivers left and right. Slots left and right, but here comes Alvarado across the formation. Straight drop. Here's the slant. It is complete for a short gain, not really a lot. That'll take some time off the clock.
That play went to Lester.
Split receivers right and left for Scotty Irwin. In motion again, Dwayne the Animal Alvarado. Straight drop Irwin. He is sacked and thrown back but they'll throw a flag. Will they say a face mask? They had Irwin up around the face. Irwin won't retaliate. He's too smart. But I think they grabbed him up around the face, did Blackstead. They had him for a loss, but they'll get back in the contest. Stoop and Jack Mayer will say face mask. And what an outstanding job Irwin did to not retaliate. Excellent coaching, Pat Pereira.
Looked like Blackstead came in unblocked on that play.
He had him, and that would have crushed him. That would have just sealed the tomb down. They could have run down the flagpole and joined the choir eternal after that one. With 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go, Waimea with a breath of new life. I don't know that Kyle Lenoz is in the stadium, but maybe he and Irwin could hook up and get something going, because right now Irwin is having a hard time getting it going alone. They're going to have a huge break. It is not a first down, though it is 15 yards, but the negative yards is erased. It is 3rd and 4. Here they come. Waimea Minahunis, tradition-rich, steeped in pride. Pereira doesn't know how to spell it. And the Minahunis certainly imbue that. And here they come, 3rd and again, about 3 yards to go on the 43. Irwin botches up the handoff. They've got him in the backfield. Terrible play. Don't know what the call was, but it didn't happen. Waimea Minahunis just hurt themselves. Edmund, help me with that one.
Looked like he tried to run an option play with Deon Lawrence, the first dive back, but they stuffed the dive back with Scotty.
They have all the tools, but can they put them together here? Here's the Top Gun. Parking signals. Here's the flag down. I think Red Raiders in the neutral zone. It is. 5 more yards. That'll give the Minahunis a huge break. Simplify some of your painting efforts with quality Fuller O'Brien paint from Kauai Paint and Jealousy. Save on Fuller O'Brien interior, exterior, semi-gloss enamel. Now at Kauai Paint and Jealousy at 3196 Takahi Street, Lihue, or call them at 245-6181. First down. Waimea with a huge break. That takes all the pressure off. That lets Pereira and his troops regroup. And now we'll see how they deploy. They are still in their own territory at the 47-yard line. This is Scott Irwin. Same set of offensive sets. Irwin straight drop, looking over the middle and dumping it. Referee almost in the way. They bury it, and the play is incomplete. So they converged around Raposo. Not his fault. But in that confluence of receiver and referee, hard to get a completion. 2nd down 10. Nothing funny about it if you're a Waimea rooter, and I've come to respect them from the days of Thomas Regan. If you follow football, this is the standard that you measure yourself by. We used to think in a season, even in Pop Warner, if we could whip Kauai and Hanapepe, we didn't care. We were good, we thought. Here's Irwin again, and he is good. Straight drop. Nobody to throw to, and now he throw the fly. Got a man. Intercepted Freddie Lopez. Freddie Lopez. Fast. Freddie Lopez takes it away from Alvarado. That's the game. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Anything can still happen, but as cleverly as the Red Raiders can play, they are on the verge of shutting down the Minahuni. They are on the verge of taking over a tie, but it's more than a tie, Edmund, at this point.
That's right, Big, because if it ends up in a championship game, it's gonna end up with Kauai High School homecoming, and momentum definitely will be in their favor.
I would hate to be at practice on Monday with Pat Pereira, but I don't think he'll get down on his kids. I think he'll work on the system. Kids have played a hell of a game. On the inside to Shigimoto. Now we're talking possession. Now we're talking running out the clock. Waimea will have to call a time here if they have any left. No miracles left on a Friday in Hanapepe, Edmund. The miracles were in the execution and in the talent of the acrobatic Red Raiders. And it is not a huge surprise. If you really follow it, as you and I have over the years of Pop Warner, we watched the Shigimotos and the Reprimandos. We watched the Banquels and that bunch, as well as we watched Segusio and company. But tonight it belongs to the gentleman in cardinal and white. The bus will be joyous as it heads back to Lihue Town. Cavallo will give up on the inside. Shigimoto again? Nope, it is Refamonte, and now he just wants to cover up the ball with 2 hands and not make any silly mistakes. Now is not the time for unsportsmanlike conduct, and Arakaki's gentlemen have not shown it. Pat Pereira, as usual, in complete control of the team.
Look like Waimea sending in their second team right now. They got number 74, Jeremiah Moon, in the game. Also, a couple other. We got Mark Rogokos at free safety.
That's your boy. Augusto played with Rogokos. Remember, was that your other running back?
Yeah.
Hey, my memory's getting good for an old man. Here come the Red Raiders. All they want to do is hold the football. Shigemoto covering it up. What a smart kid. Wraps it up with 2 arms, gets down. That's the last play of the game. Does Pereira have a timeout? 25 seconds, 24. Red Raider faithful on the verge of a dream. 20 seconds, 19. Don't have to run another play, I don't think. Not enough time for anybody to come back in this one. And everybody is really awestruck. From the gentlemen in the booth that have worked so many years in the KIF, to the people down in the stands, to the cheerleaders. But if you want to see dignity in defeat, then watch Waimea, because that's Pat Pereira. And that's the ball game. Final score, you heard it right. 13 Kauai High Red Raiders. 13 Kauai High Red Raiders. 0 Waimea. Cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. What a game. You are at the New Holly of KIF Sports. Don't go anywhere. We got lots left. You are at Kauai's #1 and only call.
Kapa'a Paints, Kauai's contract.